we are going to take a look at something that makes Caitlin Clark as a WNBA player look really good. Kelsey Mitchell as well. In fact, Aaliyah Boston is very high on this particular list, and it's a shooting efficiency list. Unfortunately for Angel Reese, she's dead-ass last, and I'm not kidding you.
The single skill that ultimately distinguishes the best basketball players from the rest? It's shooting efficiency, an aspect that separates game changers from those who struggle to make an impact. Let me break it down for you. Rookie Caitlin Clark has just been ranked 6th in the entire WNBA with a remarkable true shooting percentage of 58.3%. Meanwhile, Angel Reese, who entered the league with just as much fanfare and hype, finds herself sitting far behind in 30th place with a true shooting percentage of 46.4%. This gap is monumental, representing the difference between a starting position and a seat on the bench, between elite and average. It's akin to comparing a laser-guided missile to a blindfolded throw, a stark contrast. Now, let's dig deeper into the stats behind Clark's rise and Reese's struggles, because the numbers tell a fascinating story. True shooting percentage, which accounts for a player's efficiency in field goals, three-pointers, and free throws, is arguably the most crucial stat to evaluate a player's true ability to score efficiently. And the latest numbers have set the WNBA world ablaze. Caitlin Clark, despite being a rookie, is already turning heads not just for her flashy highlights, but also for her outstanding shooting efficiency. A recent viral post on X revealed the true shooting efficiencies of the league's top scorers, sparking intense debates among fans. At 58.3%, Clark is now ranked 6th, rubbing shoulders with established veterans like Jonquil Jones, Brittany Griner, and Aya Wilson, multiple-time All-Stars and MVPs. What's even more impressive, Clark's shooting efficiency as a first-year player places her in an elite class. True shooting percentage is a critical measure of scoring efficiency, and Clark is keeping company with the very best in the game. Her performance as a rookie is nothing short of extraordinary. She's shooting with precision, consistency, and reliability. It's the kind of efficiency that seasoned veterans dream of, and here's a rookie showing up and excelling on every front. It's almost hard to believe when you think about it. She's already hitting an impressive 33.9% from beyond the arc, which places her 13th in the league, while also being nearly automatic from the free throw line at an astonishing 90.9%, ranking her 4th. When you combine those numbers, it's like having a walking, talking offensive weapon. She's hitting from deep, scoring effectively in the paint, and drawing fouls to convert at the line. Clark is putting up numbers that make the competition look like they're still figuring it out. Now, on the other hand, we have Angel Reese. She's stuck at the bottom of the true shooting percentage rankings, sitting 30th with a mere 46.4%. The difference between her and Clark isn't just marginal. It's the kind of gap that determines whether a player is a starter or warming the bench. For someone with Reese's height and physical advantages, those numbers are difficult to justify. Despite her potential, she's failing to capitalize on the basic opportunities that should come easy to someone with her frame. When it comes to her efficiency, it's like watching rusty gears grind. There's no smoothness or fluidity, and it's clearly reflected in her numbers. Reese struggles even with simple layups, and her shot-making looks unpolished, in stark contrast to Clark's well-oiled machine of a game. Both players entered the WNBA with immense hype, with fans eagerly debating who would have the better rookie season. Well, the numbers are speaking loud and clear now, and they tell two very different stories. Caitlin Clark's game has translated seamlessly to the pro level. She's not only maintaining but excelling in every aspect of her scoring, from deep threes to efficient two-point shooting and flawless free throws. In contrast, Reese's shooting struggles continue to hold her back, especially when she should be dominating around the rim. What's truly remarkable is how Clark achieves this efficiency while carrying a significant offensive load. Most of the league's most efficient shooters are role players, relying on others to create opportunities for them. Not Clark. She's creating her own shots, navigating defenses that are designed specifically to stop her, and still putting up elite numbers. Even when faced with double teams, as she was during the crucial moments against the Mercury, Clark didn't panic. She kept her cool, hit clutch shots, and proved her poise under pressure. Her ability to execute in those high-stakes situations only amplifies her value. Reese, on the other hand, continues to struggle with basic scoring. From her inability to convert near the basket to her lack of success from the free throw line, where she ranks 27th, her numbers simply don't add up. Fans who were initially excited by her potential are now starting to question if she can ever reach the level that was expected of her. On the flip side, Caitlin Clark is doing something that defies expectations. She's a rookie, but she's performing like a seasoned pro, and that's something we don't see very often. In short, Caitlin Clark has proven that when it comes to shooting efficiency, she's already operating at an elite level, and her success story is just beginning. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's struggles are a wake-up call for any player who believes that raw physical talent alone can carry them to the top. In this game, it's about efficiency, and the stats don't lie. Caitlin Clark, despite being a rookie, is playing like she's been in the WNBA for years, and that's a statement that's impossible to ignore. While her debut is filled with dazzling highlight plays, what's truly making waves are her incredible shooting numbers. These aren't just numbers, they're historical statements. Typically, rookies entering the WNBA experience a significant drop in their shooting percentages as they adjust to the increased speed and physicality of the professional game. The transition is tough, and for most first-year players, their shooting efficiency plummets when compared to their college performances. But Caitlin Clark isn't following that trend, she's defying it. Instead of struggling to adapt, she's shooting with a kind of precision and consistency that seasoned professionals dream of. It's as though she's been in the league for years, not months, and the stats are backing that up. Now, let's talk about something that's utterly shocking and has left basketball analysts scratching their heads. How is it possible that a 6 feet 3 inches physical specimen like Angel Reese can't finish layups? This isn't just a minor flaw, it's a fundamental crisis that has coaches around the league questioning her future as a starter. Reese, despite her size and athleticism, ranks dead last in finishing efficiency within 5 feet of the basket. She's shooting a paltry 40% on shots in point-blank range, and that kind of inefficiency is a career-threatening problem. The numbers here are devastating, and no matter how you spin it, they cannot be ignored. The contrast between someone with Reese's physical tools and her inability to capitalize on basic scoring opportunities is baffling. Her game film reveals a pattern of consistent technical flaws. She rushes her shots, fails to use the backboard properly, and doesn't create enough separation before attempting to finish. These are fundamental techniques most players have mastered long before they reach the professional level, yet Reese continues to struggle with them. A good coach, assuming she gets one, will look at her and say, "You're 6 feet 3 inches, you're a physical specimen, but you're far too inefficient to stay on the floor." The concern is only compounded by the fact that Reese's entire offensive value is tied to converting close-range opportunities. When that becomes unreliable, coaches are forced to make tough decisions regarding playing time. Efficiency is the defining factor in professional basketball, and when a player's shooting becomes a liability, teams can't afford to keep them on the court during crucial moments. It's a make-or-break situation. Could this fundamental flaw alter Reese's future in the league? What makes the situation even more alarming is that these issues aren't just a temporary adjustment period. They've been visible over a substantial sample size, highlighting deep-rooted technical issues that show no sign of improvement. Despite having the physical tools to dominate, Reese's struggles continue to raise red flags. The contrast between Reese and the league's elite post players, like Aya Wilson and Brittany Griner, only amplifies her deficiencies. While Wilson and Griner are converting similar shots at rates above 60%, Reese remains mired in inefficiency. The performance gap between them is stark, and it can't be explained away by defensive schemes or system differences. When you look at the two-point shooting percentages of Reese compared to players like Wilson and Griner, it's just mind-boggling. The gap isn't just statistical, it's reputational, reshaping perceptions across the WNBA. Once the efficiency rankings came out, the narrative around Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese flipped almost overnight. Clark's shooting has elevated her to rising star status, while Reese now finds herself facing the harshest challenge of her young career. Despite possessing similar physical attributes to Wilson and Griner, Reese's inability to produce offensively has raised serious questions about her future. The narrative around both players is shifting rapidly, and it's the numbers that are driving this transformation. Clark's efficiency has drawn comparisons to some of the greatest shooters in WNBA history, with analysts pointing to her as a future star. On the other hand, analysts and fans alike are now tweeting that Reese must address her shooting issues if she hopes to avoid having her career defined by this flaw. Just months ago, no one was having these debates. Now, fans, coaches, and analysts are all rethinking their opinions of these rookies, and it's happening in real time. Clark is now regarded as an elite offensive weapon, while Reese faces critical questions about her game. The discussion has shifted from comparing playing styles and personalities to focusing solely on efficiency, and Clark has come out on top. So, what are we truly learning from this contrast? The numbers tell an undeniable story. Angel Reese is struggling where she should be excelling. For a post player, shooting efficiency is the foundational skill that determines success in the WNBA. And the experts agree, Reese must master her fundamentals before anything else. When bigs like Griner and Wilson are converting at an astronomical rate, Reese's inefficiency becomes a glaring issue. Coaches are making tough decisions based on efficiency, and for Reese, that could mean a diminished role. The fundamental ability to score consistently is what determines playing time in this league, and right now, Reese isn't doing enough to justify the minutes she's getting. Whether or not she can overcome this efficiency crisis will be crucial to her future in the league. If she doesn't, her starting role could already be in jeopardy.